morning. Welcome to the farm. We are having beautiful weather. It was actually in the 40s overnight. I've been wearing a sweatshirt in the house most of the day because it's colder in the house than it is out here. It's warm enough out here with the sun shining right down on you. But as you can tell, we're out in the upper orchard. And Josh got an unexpected day off thanks to a deer and volunteered to get put to work, so I'm putting him to work. So I'm gonna finish doing the inventory on this side, and he's gonna start digging the holes where the yellow flags are on this side. We'll get those last few fruit trees that I have down at the house planted. He's already done the ones up in the garden orchard, so that should be good to go. I just need to get those fenced. But for right now, let's focus on this job and see how much we can get done in lunch. Flag for the hole. They should be fairly easy to dig because they've already been dug once. Yeah. But they're going to have to be bigger to take the whole instead of just the visual. It ended up being about as bad as I had expected. Pretty much all the trees that I put in last year died. And I'd love to blame the deer, or I'd love to blame the company I bought them from. but I know whose fault it is. It's me. I did not water them as much as I should have last year, and I'm sure that's what's the issue in what killed all of these off before the deer ever got to them. So I've got everything cleaned up. Josh is going to come out after lunch and dig all of these holes. We still, even after the trees that I got this year filling in these gaps, we're still going to have 3 extra. And I think going forward, I'm not going to buy bare root trees. Maybe, again, it's just because we had so much rain this year that the stuff that went in the ground this year is doing better than the stuff that went in the ground last year. But really, I think them having that head start when going into soil this bad is going to give them a better chance of sticking around. And of course, I'll be better about watering. So I'll come out this afternoon once these are all planted with a couple of 5-gallon buckets and just grab water out of the pond and get these watered. And I'll try and do that every other day or so unless we get rain, and just try and make sure that these guys this year take, and then we'll go from here for next year. I'm going to do a little bit more mowing up around the pond, and then I've got to get back to work. Yep, I got 10 minutes, so I will see you down in the garden after work. Alright, so you're probably wondering why I'm back out here with string and flags. And it's because this is going to be the permanent fence. Now that I've got this mostly done, and I've got the orchard taken care of, thank you so much, Josh, for all your work today, including planting all those trees that I didn't get up to water like I meant to. I want to start planning and drilling the holes for the fence posts that I bought. Now, I spaced these out 6 feet apart, and I counted them up, and just this part of the garden takes 30 fence posts. I bought 50, and I still have to do all of that. So I'm trying to rethink my math and figure out if I can do this on an 8-foot span, which I think I probably can. I mean, I'm not trying to hold back large livestock with this. So if it's a little wiggly, that's not necessarily bad. I'll have to stake the bottoms down well, but I'm going to have to do that anyway because the digging critters are going to try and get in no matter what I do. So I need to remeasure everything and recalculate and see if I'm going to need to get some more fence posts. Gotta love the summer. I'm out here a lot later than I meant to be because, unfortunately, our cat Marcy, who we rescued last fall, and you may remember that from one of my previous videos, she ended up losing a lot of weight very quickly, like over the space of 4 weeks. And we took her to the vet yesterday, and they did x-rays and all their tests, and she either had pneumonia or pulmonary edema, and they couldn't tell definitively from the x-rays. So they kept her overnight to start her on treatment for both of those conditions and get her fluids to try and hydrate her. And this morning she was doing better, but this afternoon she had a breathing crisis and wasn't able to breathe on her own. So they put her in an oxygen box and called us. And we all agreed that the kindest thing was to let her go. Marcy had a really hard life. Her life started with the brightest of optimism and joy and love. And unfortunately, she had to be moved into a situation where her owner thought she was going to be in a safe place, and it turned out, unbeknownst to them, that it was not. And she ended up being abused and starved for 3 or 4 years before Crow and her friends rescued her and came looking for a home for her and brought her up north. We always loved the joke that they would tell people that Marcy had gone to live on a farm upstate, and people would say, "Oh, I'm so sorry for your loss." No, she's great. She's happy. She's having the time of her life. And unfortunately, that joy ended today. It's been a hard couple of weeks for us with animals. And I can be as pragmatic as I want to be about livestock and dead stock. But life is precious. And all lives are precious. And having this loss come on top of the loss of the chickens and Big Tony is especially hard at this time. But we are going to keep life going on. I have already said no new cats before November because I do have a habit of when I lose a cat, I turn right around and find a replacement. But our tradition is always to ask the spirit of the cat we've lost to send us our next cats. So we'll see what turns up on the doorstep between now and November. And if nothing does, I'm going out looking for a black cat or two because I need a black cat in my life. I'm going to move the sprinkler. It's obviously getting darker. My camera keeps fading in and out. The sun's going to set in about 15-20 minutes. It's after the solstice, so it's getting darker earlier now. And soon it'll be dark already. But I think I'm going to end this video here for now. We'll come back, replace these flags. There's a couple that aren't going to move because they mark corner posts and gates, and those holes I can start digging even before I do my math. So we'll start getting everything laid out, and I hope you'll come along and see what we get up to next. Scritch your kitties and your puppies for me. Take care, everybody.